Warning. Contains spoilers for Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. Lon Noonien Singh, Christina Chong, on Star Trek, Strange New Worlds was confirmed to be a relative of Khan, Ricardo Montalban, but her inclusion on the Starship Enterprise managed not to break Star Trek canon. Strange New Worlds picked up after 2258 and the end of Star Trek, Discovery Season 2, with Captain Christopher Pike, Anson Mount, leading the Enterprise on new missions of exploration. Along with Number 1, Rebecca Romijn, and Spock, Ethan Peck, Star Trek, Strange New Worlds recast classic characters like a young Cadet Uhura, Celia Gooding, and Nurse Christine Chapel, Jess Bush. But Lon Noonien Singh was potentially a canon-breaking inclusion for Strange New Worlds because she's a descendant of Khan. Thankfully, Lon's inclusion didn't contradict any of the established timeline of her ancestor Khan Noonien Singh and his impact on the universe. Here's how Star Trek, Strange New Worlds featured Lon without disrupting Star Trek canon. The genetically engineered Khan Noonien Singh is arguably Star Trek's most enduringly popular villain, and he's considered the single greatest adversary Captain James T. Kirk, William Shatner, ever faced. Khan was a warlord from the 20th century who ruled a segment of Earth. When his reign threatened to be toppled by the eugenics wars, Khan and 70 of his biologically altered followers escaped Earth in 1996 aboard the starship Botany Bay. In Star Trek, the original series, Kirk's Enterprise intercepted and revived Khan in 2267. Kirk's rival Khan wasted no time in trying to take over the starship and kill the captain. Kirk sent Khan and his people to live on Ceti Alpha V, but Starfleet was unaware that 6 months after they arrived, Zeta Alpha V's destruction caused ecological devastation on Ceti Alpha V, killing most of Khan's people. In 2285, Khan took his revenge on Kirk by stealing the USS Reliant and the Genesis device. Although Kirk defeated Khan once again, it came at the cost of Spock, Leonard Nimoy, sacrificing his life to save the Enterprise in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Since Lon Noonien Singh is indeed related to Khan, this created a potential problem for Star Trek, Strange New Worlds adhering to established canon, but it was actually avoided without much difficulty. The show was set roughly 7 to 8 years before Kirk meets Khan, so no one aboard Captain Pike's Enterprise is aware of what will occur in the future or that Lon is related to the dangerous 20th-century criminal. Lon knows she's related to Khan. He existed 250 years before her time and she studied his history as a child, but he's yet to re-emerge, so her interest is academic. Khan isn't relevant to her duties aboard the Enterprise in Strange New Worlds, and Lon's lineage is simply an indicator of significance for the audience but not the characters themselves. However, it's still strange that Strange New Worlds would include Khan's descendant among the cast and not exploit it somehow. Theories suggest the show might decide to smash canon by bringing back Khan, but as of Season 1, the Lon Khan Noonien Singh bloodline connection is merely an interesting backstory note. Spock may have known about Lon Noonien Singh in Star Trek, the original series. The real tightrope Star Trek, Strange New Worlds walked was how to build on canon without affecting the beloved Star Trek, the original series. Star Trek isn't like other franchises, and the timeline established in Gene Roddenberry's original series is considered sacrosanct. That's why Lon Noonien Singh's inclusion in a show taking place before the original series raised eyebrows. After all, Spock was stationed on the Enterprise during Pike and Kirk's era, so the question would arise about why the Vulcan never mentioned Khan's relative in Space Seed. Further, Khan studied the Enterprise in Space Seed and he might have come across Lon Noonien Singh as having served aboard the Enterprise. In Spock's case, Star Trek Discovery Season 2 already lends an explanation for the Vulcan's potential silence. Spock is now adept at keeping secrets, even from Kirk. Spock never mentioned the existence of Michael Burnham, Sonequa Martin Green, his adopted sister, to Kirk, and he changed Starfleet records about the USS Discovery. The Vulcan may be preserving knowledge of Lon's relation to Khan as well. Logically, even if Spock could have mentioned Lon to Kirk during Space Seed, it wouldn't have helped the captain of the Enterprise defeat Khan. Lon doesn't have any special knowledge of Khan beyond what's known to scholars, and it's also not clear where Lon is by the time of TOS since she's no longer stationed on the Enterprise. Kirk ultimately didn't need any advice to beat Khan the way the Kelvin timeline Spock, Zachary Quinto, sought advice from Ambassador Spock about the villain in Star Trek Into Darkness. What role Lon Noonien Singh will play in Star Trek Strange New Worlds in coming seasons and in the greater scope of Khan's story remains to be seen, but unless the show is utterly careless, it's not that difficult to preserve Star Trek canon. Strange New Worlds avoided breaking canon by using Lon Noonien Singh sparingly despite having a relative of Khan in Starfleet being touted as a huge deal prior to Strange New Worlds' debut. The show didn't use Lon Noonien Singh much. Her infamous ancestor also has nothing to do with her episode arcs. Of greater importance is her knowledge and fear of the Gorn. There was also an amusing side adventure when she and Chin Riley opted not to go on shore leave, and instead played the game Enterprise Bingo, basically a game of chicken to see who can get away with the most while avoiding detection by superiors. By the end of Strange New Worlds Season 1, Lon has taken a leave of absence following one too many encounters with the Gorn. Being a Khan descendant is important in her backstory. She was bullied for her bloodline growing up, which no doubt shaped her personality, but it's not relevant to her time in Starfleet, so far, at least, given that she's appeared in on-set photos ahead of Season 2. Spock helps her access hidden memories to defeat the Gorn ships, but that's the extent of her interaction with any potentially canon disruptive Star Trek characters who feature in Strange New Worlds. Even if Spock did know that Lon bears her family name because she's from the Khan Noonien Singh bloodline, there's no reason for this to raise an eyebrow. Mainly, though, Strange New Worlds avoided breaking canon with Lon Noonien Singh because she's used as a supporting character, one that just happens to have a name with significance elsewhere in the Star Trek canon.
Catch my